Peace and wisdom. I'm trying to find a light. You ever been to the beach at whatever time it is? Yeah, I'm at the beach smoking a fatty right now. I'm trying to find this light. I found it. Ooh. Ah, lovely evening. Salam. That's a person crossing the camera. Peace and wisdom. And one of you guys let me know if I'm clear, if I'm loud enough. This might be the most peacefulest thing. Yeah. I'm passing it. Go on, take that, hit it. Pass it back when you finish. Now they done shot OG Big Money. That's Trump. Good old OG Big Money. Shot Trump in his head. His ears on his head. They shot him in public too. You know what that means? You can get shot 100 times easier. I apologize. I almost lost my reefer. You hear? I said, no, John Shaft did not. No, Jonathan Shaft did not lose. Where was I at? I'm sorry. Oh, Trump getting shot. Now I'm assuming I'm clear. I wish you guys could see it how I can. I gave the camera crew the day off. I gave the staff the day off, so you know, to make this work. Now I want to say this very important thing. Can Sean Fletcher or Marcos Alvarez, whichever one of you guys, if you're still in here, can you let me know if I'm clear right now as I'm speaking? Because it's quite noisy on my end. Sweet, you can hear me. Salam, shalom. Now I want to say this before I begin. Well, let me not hold you guys. I'm not concerned with presidents, so. Trump got shot. I'll say something in regards to that. But I want to say this first before I get into those things and some other deep stuff. If I'm not loud enough at any point, let me know. Peace and wisdom, fifth letter. Why you say, my bad? What'd you do? Well, you get the answer in that. Let me know. Like I said, I'm chilling right now on the beach, relaxing. I just have on underwears, that's it. Hope I'm not disturbing anybody out here. Oh, I didn't even notice that. You misspelled my name. It's not important. I know what you was talking about. Now I want to say this. A lot of you guys that tune into my channel, you're between the ages of, let's say 25 and 35. Most of you guys are around that age. And I observe you guys at that age. meaning I observe the younger generation. May have to back up. The water's coming in kind of close. I didn't even realize that. But like I said, a lot of you guys are between the age of 25 and 35. And when you're dealing with your generation, of course, you guys are lost into these times. And these is the only times you guys would know. And so a lot of you guys in that age bracket, you're looking for a means to get yourself rich. You're not looking for wisdom in regards to your life. You're looking for a shortcut to get rich. And there's nothing wrong with that. But my channel is for people that's more settled in life. Meaning they either have a lot of money already, or they either make enough money to where, they're settled. Meaning after they get paid and they pay all their bills, they have, a decent amount of money left over. They're older probably. They're a little more settled. I'm saying that because when your life is like that, you have time to think on deep things like certain scholarships you may have read but didn't understand. Certain pieces of artwork, a hidden meaning behind it. You get it? You start to think on things beyond, I need to get rich, because you're kind of settled. You get my point? You're young, you like, I get to get rich. But you're not settled in that. You get it? When you're trying to get rich, your mind is not focused on your life, so to say. You're more focused on your physical vessel and, getting money. And so I'm saying all this so you can grasp my channel is. That's why I say it's for the older people, like 35 and up. Not just because that's my age, but because you get my point. I'm assuming a lot of people become a little more settled at that age. Got their finances and things together, in that their mind is not completely lost on money. What I do, I ain't gonna say what I do wouldn't help you in earning money, but there's no shortcuts to earning money. In this generation, y'all are looking for shortcuts. A quick come up. But let me give y'all a little advice. Take it if you choose or don't. You can hit a lick for any amount of money that you choose, but if you don't know what you want to do, then you're just going to get that lick, spend the money on material things or whatever you choose. Even if you decide to save it and budget it, it's still going to run out. You're young, it's not going to last your whole life. There is no amount of money in regards to a quick lick or a quick come up that you can get that's going to last. In that, you have to find yourself in what you like to do. And then you do what you like to do, and then you try and raise the money on what you do. The comedian wants to be a comedian, so they go tell jokes at the club for $50. And they do what they like to do, and then they work at earning more at that. You get my point? With the young, y'all kind of watch people selling y'all get rich schemes. Y'all are like children with candy. Y'all can be bribed with candy, or y'all can be manipulated, or like I said, you can be bribed with candy. Y'all can be bribed with material items. Meaning if a person know how to razzle dazzle y'all eyes, y'all are like a child with candy. In that, y'all minds kind of get kidnapped in perspective. The point I'm making, though, give me 1 second. I'll let you know, big bully. I might have somebody for you to do that too. Just give me a moment. Let me think about it. I should have put up my location so that anybody in my area could pull up. But, like I was saying, if you're young, like I said, Big Bully, I'm going to hold you to them words, champ. If I need somebody knocked out, I'm going to definitely hit you up. I probably going to shift their jaw already myself. But, I like to do a little extra for good measure. It's always good to tip a little more than, the cost of the play. If I ever call you to shift somebody's jaw, they probably going to be laying on the floor knocked out already. But you can go on ahead and finish, what I started. Nah, I'm just playing. Peace and wisdom. My name is Bell47, a female. I'm using another account. Been following you a long time. Peace and wisdom, Bell. Salam. Hopefully one day you'll give back. Until then, salam, shalom. Peace and wisdom, Big Bully. Now, like I said, if you're young, there's no shortcut to getting rich. There's no such thing as rich. There's just settled and stable and unstable. Someone can give you $1 million right now. It's going to be gone within 5 years. And that's if you save it. If you go buy whatever car and house you want, you're going to be broke before the year ends. But if you're a little smart and I give you $1 million, it's going to be gone within 5 years. Unless you know how to start a business or have a business in mind that you want to start, or unless you have a talent that you're going to invest that money in, it's going to be gone. The point I'm trying to get you youngsters to grasp is that you can make $100,000 right now, but that's just a year's salary. In society, a person that makes $100,000 a year, they make a good salary. But they're not rich. In that, getting $100,000 one time ain't nothing but a year's salary. And so y'all perspective on money is a little, you get my point? Meaning a lot of y'all probably say, man, all I need is $100,000 right now. Yeah, but it's going to be gone by the end of the year if you take care of whatever responsibilities you need to. $100,000 is not even enough to buy a condo. So whatever you buy, you still going to have overhead, meaning a bill attached. Or you can just blow it. But you get my point, it's going to be gone. And that you can't set your sights on, I want to make a quick 100,000 or a quick M. It's going to be gone. But what do you want to do with your life? When you figure out what you want to do with your life, then you do that. You're probably not going to make a lot. But as you go, you get it? You figure out how to raise your pay in that industry. That's what you call grinding and hustling. You don't just grind and hustle to make money and have no clue what you want to do. Especially if you're risking your freedom. At least risk it and know what you want to do. So that when you make the money, you got a shot to kind of stop. Other than that, money ain't your life. A lot of y'all so focused on making money and getting a quick lick, you not living life in the moment. Whether we talking the small things or the big things. You just stuck on your phone or something maybe and you like, I'm going to catch me a online lick. That's not going to get it. You want to, if you young, I would say most of y'all need to go to school or either get a job. That way you earning something at least with your idle time. You may not know what you want to do, but at least you're earning something with that idle time. If you in school, at least you're meeting people outside of your normal environment with that idle time. It's not just going to waste. And so that's why I say my channel is for people 35 and older for the most part, because I know if you between 25 and 35, when I'm speaking to a lot of y'all say, damn, Solace, you saying what my mom say. 42 years old, my daughter 22, you 25, what do you think I tell my child? I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell my child. That's why I tell a lot of y'all, I'm your parents' age. You probably don't want to hear what I got to say. My daughter don't be wanting, my daughter don't be wanting to hear that shit. And so you get my point. I ends up telling most of y'all, well, you should listen to your parents, cause more than likely, whatever I'm gonna tell you in regards to life, they already told you that. Maybe they ain't tell you all the wisdom stuff in the scholarship, but in regards to your plain old life, I'm pretty much gonna tell you what your old head told you already. And so, if you come to my channel, it become kind of useless for you as well as me, because you don't appreciate what I do, which is give deep wisdom, deep insight, like right now on life and things, but mostly I break down scholarship. And this is things that you kind of read into and do when you have time, like you're settled in life. You have time to say, oh, I want to look at some art or read this book. You're not going to read the Bible. You're not going to read the Quran. You're not going to read ancient Egyptian scholarship at the age y'all at. Y'all rather run around and do something else. In that, you get my point? You're not going to appreciate what I do. In that, you're not going to never give back. You'll buy something from me, but my business is mostly on give back. Meaning you take the wisdom. Of course, my wisdom come directly from nature. Nature is all a balanced thing. And so you get my point? Get in tune with the teachings and make it a part of your lifestyle. But most of y'all are too young to understand the things that I'm telling you. Everything you want in life is in what I'm telling you, but y'all looking for shortcuts. I'm not saying it'll happen long. Everybody's time is their own time. Some of y'all may apply the wisdom that I give and your whole life will turn around in 1 month. Others of you may, flip-flop a little bit or not apply as much. And that, it may take longer for you. But the wisdom I give is the wisdom, you get it? That y'all need to hear. Y'all may not necessarily want to hear it. And I don't want to get into the swing of, saying things y'all want to hear, because y'all already heard what y'all want to hear. You get my point? And y'all already tell yourselves what y'all want to hear. Peace and wisdom, Mikey G. Yes, give and receive, Ronald. Peace and wisdom, Mikey G. Now, I'm not saying some of you guys may be younger. I was younger and I was into the scholarships and things like that. This is how, meaning when I was younger than y'all, maybe 18, 19, I'm reading the Bible and stuff like that with a dictionary at that age, because I ain't understand all the words in it. So I would look them up in a dictionary, meaning I would read the ancient text when I'm like 18, 19 with a dictionary. But I'm from a time where we didn't have we had VCRs and stuff like that. So you don't always feel like popping in the VCR tape. You like, I could just read something. It's the same. Kind of like, y'all will watch YouTube or y'all don't mind listening to something, but y'all don't feel like picking up no book. That's kind of so old for y'all. That's why I write my books with pictures and all that, like lectures, so y'all can enjoy it at least like a movie. But when I was younger, I was kind of reading scholarship with a dictionary. Like I said, I didn't understand all the words in there, and I don't like reading if I don't know what I'm reading. So that's kind of how my understanding got polished. I started young, not at 18, but whatever I read in regards to those scholarships before that, I don't know what I was reading. You get my point? I ain't gonna even front. I picked up the Bible at a young age, but it was like Romeo and Juliet. I'm like, what is this talking about, man? But you get my point? When you're young, you just read because they read, so you read. But maybe think about cotton candy and jelly beans and stuff at the same time. So I'm like that at that age. But I've always been a reader. My mother used to take me to Barnes and Nobles. That was our little weekend thing. And you get it? I kind of grew up like a square, but but not. I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like I am now. I'm a square, but y'all like, nah, he gangster. He a gangster square. Kind of down. He know what's up, but he a square technically. He too smart to not be a square. Like that. I always been like that. As a kid, I was pretty much a square, straight A student, but a asshole one. I was kind of down. Everybody knew me. I was down with the bad kids, but a nerd nonetheless. Meaning I enjoy reading and doing nerdy shit like going to feed the ducks, but I just was never ashamed of it. Now I go in your mouth. In that, you get it? That's the only difference between me and a nerd. You tease me, I'm gonna go in your mouth. The nerd, you get it? But me and the nerd, we the same person. I'm just a nerd that came up in the hood, so you get it? I'll break your jaw, but and he won't. In that, they say, you know, we accept him, he cool. He down for the action. In that, you get my point? But the point I'm making is, I was reading and things like that young. That's why my scholarship's so polished like that. Now, at 42. Y'all not gonna read, you get my point? These things, y'all don't have that time. Like I said, y'all minds is locked into making money. I'm not sure how y'all even got like that. I think it's from just watching rappers a lot. When I was growing up, like I said, man, we ain't even have cable all the time. You had to have cable to be seeing rappers and all that. You get my point? And that, I'm from a whole different time than y'all, blood. We ain't even have cable every month, so you get it? It really wasn't that deep. As long as we had a boom box to listen to whatever we want to listen to, that was how we was rapping. Well, that's how we was rocking. In that, it wasn't so much a look. We ain't really get to see them rub everything in our face. Like, I guess that's why y'all desires is so much higher. I mean, you got so many regular people online fronting and shit. It just mess y'all up, you know? In y'all mindset. Meaning y'all get so lost as youngins into wanting to make money, y'all don't live. You see how everybody my age got those experiences? They'll tell y'all little stories. Man, we used to do this and do that. And you kind of think to yourself, man, I ain't got none of that kind of... You get it? You like, man, I ain't really got no stories. It's because of that. Y'all lost online. Y'all don't do nothing in life. And that y'all don't have no stories. Like, I was walking down the street with my home. Man, some of y'all never had a fight. 50% of the boys and men you see in the daytime, man, they never had a fight. I'm not saying that's bad, but that is strange. Another 50% of them ain't never get no, poom 99. I'm sucking on titties at least 9 years old, 8 years old. If you want to call them that, but you feel me? 9-year-old girl titties are some good titties when you 9. Now, I ain't saying they nothing. They probably ain't nothing if you... They just nipples if you grown, but you feel me? A 9-year-old's big nipples is some big breasts when you 9. Put my nose on that. Nah, I'm just playing. Y'all goofy. That nature gets you high every time. Yeah, it's better if you're going to smoke, it's good. It's better to smoke outdoors so you get some fresh air. You know, that's how nature intended it. Nature intended you to do everything outdoors. You know, eat, things like that. That way you get your dose of fresh air while you're doing it. You know, y'all get bloated and stuff like that because y'all eating indoors and the air ain't, CO2'd out. If you got a stove in your house or you eating in a restaurant that have a stove, you got to already know CO2 is all in the air. And so you get my point? TMI, my boy. That Boy said when he was 4 years old in preschool, he was digging in some little girl butt. I know you caught something, because 4-year-olds do not clean their butt or their vagina. And 4-year-old boys do not wash their hands. So I don't even want to ask you what you do after you dug in her butt. That part. You went right to snack time. You dug all in that girl butt. Got all kind of doo-doo and whatever else on your hand. They gave out the animal quackers for snack. And you went dive right in, ain't washed your hands or nothing. Doo-doo dried up all in your nails from her butt. Because when you're 4, you're not about to tell me you know the difference between her vagina and her butt. You just dig your hands. You kind of just scratch her butt till you find something, you know. Point is this, you's a nasty motherfucker. You a nasty motherfucker. But we ain't gonna get into that. Let's keep this video on what it's on. That's the young living too fast. If you somebody that's deep into the wisdom, I like to be a real person. I like to have fun with the young too. I know they minds be in the gutter. I like to have a little fun with them. They like words like doo-doo. They still young. So, you know, all of y'all that laugh when I said doo-doo, you get my point? You goofy. Like, but, you know, I know what y'all like. Now, if you young, get cutting corners out the mind. I wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't true, man. Find what you like and then just build on that. I don't care if you like stocking the shelves at the supermarket. You stick there long enough, you become the head nigga that stock in there, and you get my point. Maybe you get your own supermarket, but you build on what you enjoy. That way, you know, your life just don't be a scrambled egg where you like don't know what you're doing today or tomorrow. You just know like you trying to get it. And that most of y'all that's young, you all shallowed out and you ain't even start yet. You burnt out and ain't even start yet. You faking and fronting before you at an age where anybody expecting you to have anything. That's when it's bad. When a nigga 18, 19 fronting. You know how y'all be getting to run your mouth fronting like you got something going and you ain't got shit going and you ain't even got no income. But you 18, 19 fronting and nobody even expect nothing out of you yet. And that, you get my point? That's like burning yourself out before you even go. That's like running in place before the race even start. Now when they shoot the gun and say go, you burnt out. Y'all need to take y'all time. If you young, 25 and old, younger, I'm telling you, nobody is expecting you to have anything at that age. Maybe just your own dumbass peers, but you should never be trying to impress your peers because they just know what you know. They can't do nothing more for you than what you could do for your own self. For the most part. And so you get my point? Y'all all stressing each other out for no reason because nobody my age is expecting y'all to have anything real going. Maybe a few of y'all may find y'all way early, but for the most part, you get my point? You 25, you still finding yourself. Take your time. Nobody's expecting you to have anything. Most people just now getting out of college at that age. They still paying off student loans, man. And so do you get my point? Y'all are rushing so fast in life where y'all like, I gotta get all this money. Y'all ain't taking time out to go to college. Y'all don't want to get a job because y'all say ain't none of this gonna get me rich fast. You're not gonna get rich fast. Ain't no cutting corners. And life ain't about getting rich. Life is about having a life. Getting rich just help you have more of a life. But whether you rich or not, you still can have a life. And so that's what it's about. Having a life. Not having a life based on how much money you gonna make. trying to find a quick flip or a quick thing. You get it? A lot of y'all looking into real estate and stuff like that. Y'all don't, real estate is for rich people. Y'all just hear anything y'all hear and you say, yeah, I'm gonna do that. You don't got the revenue or the credit to be no real, you ain't got it to be no real estate owner, or you ain't got it to be no landlord. I'll tell you like that. If you 20, you young, y'all are getting lost in the get rich schemes and quick fast talk. When you a landlord, you got to have cash and credit. A lot of y'all are going to real estate with just credit, meaning you can get some property in your name, but in regards to paying it off for a whole year without making anything off it, you ain't got that. Did they tell you about that part? No, they just say get real estate. You know that DJ Envy thing. Just talk fast. Not going into the details like, yo, you need to have some cash. Meaning if this shit don't go right, you need to have some backup money. If you going into any business, you need to be somebody that got revenue or cash flow, meaning you got somewhere to pull money from. You get my point? When you start in the business, you got to pay for it to run until it catch. Look at it like a wheel. You got to spin it until it start, spinning on its own. And so you need to find what you're serious about first so you don't mind spinning into it. Forget shortcuts. You're going to find yourself old and on the same path you are now, where you like trying to figure out what you're going to do. It ain't about investing. This is what I'm saying. Y'all get lost in the things y'all truly don't understand. Y'all will be investing money and then bothering the nigga 3-4 weeks later talking about where my return. Because y'all don't understand nothing and y'all rushing. When you invest in, you got money and time to go 4-5 years without getting a return. Without bothering nobody. Most of y'all say, well, that ain't the kind of investment I was thinking about. That's my point. Any real investment that's going to earn you revenue. Forget a quick payout in your mind. We talking about revenue. When you invest in something, you investing in the income or the return coming in quarterly, monthly, or some kind of way. You don't want just a quick lump. You want money coming in forever as long as that thing earning. In that, it might be 5 years before you get anything back. But that's what investing is. Most of y'all, you get my point? You got a shallow understanding of things, and you get my point? You're gonna burn yourself out. You probably don't want to hear this, so meaning it's probably bursting your shortcut dreams where you're like, I'm going to be rich before 25 if you're 19. Let's say you're 25, you say, I'm gonna be rich before 30. Anybody could get rich, but can you stay rich? Look at it like that. Whatever rich is to you. Rich got to do with longevity. In 30, you gonna be rich all the way till you die. How you gonna get rich and then be broke again? Like, that part. That's most people reality when they rushing. There you go, Mikey G. You always rich with the jewels. That's mental wealth. Of course, you got emotional or spiritual wealth, and then you got the physical wealth. Most people your age lost on the physical. In that, they burn themselves out. Trying to measure up to where nobody is expecting them to, because they're not even of that age yet. You want to make sure you good when you older, because that's when you're going to lose your energy and your drive and your desire for all the dumb shit that you probably want. You going to just want to make sure you stable. That part. Everything matter more as you get older. Think about when you was a teenager and you wanted to be the flyest person in high school. You think back now while you 30, you like shit, it's so much more important shit. I wish I had whatever monies I had then now. It matter now more. You get it? Let's say you ain't have a parent when you was younger. Now that you older, you like shit, I would rather have them now. I need that money more now. Like than when I was a kid, it didn't even really matter. It's the same like that when you get older. You got people out here 60, 70 years old, man. They trying to figure out how they gonna make $1 to pay their rent. You don't want to be that. It matter more for them, like, you get it? But they ain't even got the energy or the means to kind of run around like you do when you young. That's why if you take your time when you young, you get my point? You could coast a little bit when you get older. You know, coast mean like relax, and you got time to pick up a book. You got time to polish your mind. You got time to, you know, look at fine artwork. Your mind ain't gonna be so much lost on I gotta get rich quick if you already stable. Y'all be big money talking in perspective, but y'all big money talk be broke nigga talk. Meaning y'all be talking about getting the bag so much. People that already got the bag ain't talking about getting the bag because they already got it. Whatever you already got, you ain't talking about that much because you already got it and you don't care. You get it? I don't care whatever how small it is. I'm giving you that as a reference. It don't matter how small it is. If you got it already, do you really care that much, or is that shit somewhere in the corner? That part, this shit is somewhere crumbled up in the corner. And you focus now on what you don't got. I'm saying that because if you young, when y'all be big money talking, y'all be showing that you just having a quick little moment, or you really broke and you fronting. Because people that already got the bag ain't chasing it. What sense that even make? You get my point? They more settled. Think if you was the big baller that you want to be. Before all the materials and all that, you'd probably be settled in regards to your monthly expenses with bills and all of that. Like where you gonna live and shit. And that your mind ain't gonna be racing on, oh, I gotta get the bag. Everything already paid for you, get it? You got money coming in every week, every month, however your joint work. Your mind not gonna be on that. Like that. And so, you get my point? When you broke and shit, are you around broke people or you just having a moment, then you get my point? You still lost on that broke hood nigga talk when you get it? That hood balling, when you like, I gotta get that money cause your shit gonna be over at any moment. Like, you get it? You get around a different environment or a different group of people, let's say you start hanging around wealthy people, then your whole perspective and your whole talk change. You pull up with a big gold chain on and they be laughing at you and shit. But the longer you around them, you gonna get more adjusted on their flow. Where you like, oh, I see what rich is. It's a whole different thing than whatever I thought it was. And that half y'all probably wouldn't even like being rich. You know how many people become rich and then they become miserable? They don't even want to be rich no more. Ain't what they thought. They thought being rich was just being a nigga in the ghetto with all the shit. That's what y'all think it is. It ain't. You ain't gonna even be able to live in the ghetto. Cause your income gonna be too goddamn high and you ain't cheating this shit. That's how the government got it worked out. Once you filing taxes and your income too high, nigga, you ain't getting no crib in the ghetto. That part. You gonna be forced to live around people that got it like you. And that you might say, I don't even want to be rich no more. And so, if you young, y'all got to get rich out y'all mind. They just drilling it into y'all head so y'all can become work slaves or desperate. Focus on getting a life. A life is what you like to do. When you band up with others that like to do the things you like to do and y'all grow together, having a life together and something to do. It's not about chasing the world. It's about having your small little circle of friends and y'all out in this big world doing things together. That's what fun in life is. Fun in life ain't I'm chasing the bag so I can compete with whoever I hang out with. When I was growing up, if I was getting the bag, I was treating all my friends and we do whatever we feel like doing. It might be times where my other partner, he doing better than everybody else, and so it's the same. There wasn't no competition. Me and my friends never competed with each other, like, you get it? This go all the way back to when we was little kids, like 8, 9 years old. Even to this day, any friend that I came up with, whether we cool still or not, we ain't never had no money issues. To this day. If we got a problem right now, it ain't got nothing to do with money. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing, truly. But you get my point? I'm saying that so you could grasp the morals in the past was completely different than what y'all living by. In that, y'all not getting no life. Like I said, me and my friends, man, whoever had the most money at the time and whoever was a little short, you get it? Those things wasn't even discussions. I remember we used to go to BBQs and you get it? When we get to that table, we figure out who ain't got no money and that's, you get it? It's gonna all be worked out. Don't nobody gotta ever feel like shit. I remember we went to BBQs out and messed around and threw up. I'm getting the most money at that time. I threw up on the table, they put me in the car and they paid for everything and nobody even ever asked me for nothing. I found out the next day when I got off my drunkenness. They paid for my food, their food, all that. And it was just a joke. He threw up. They never even brought up the money like, damn, we had to pay for this nigga shit. Y'all don't move like that in the daytime. Y'all move like, you get it? Like y'all each other ops. And so, when I think back on my generation, our problems are stupid. Y'all problems be real. Y'all real snakes of each other. My generation, if we got problems with each other, it's just misunderstandings. Y'all shit don't be. Y'all really be each other's snake. And so, y'all got to change y'all own morals because y'all the ones that's each other's peer pressure. For the most part, you get my point? The way y'all live is how y'all pump. Y'all control y'all own peer pressures. When some of y'all that strong start stepping up and saying, nah, the way we live, when y'all start being more genuine, then some of y'all will step forward and be like, man, the way we living is some clown shit, man. We putting mad stress and strain on ourselves for nothing. When some of y'all get, bold enough to say that, then others will start to follow that because they feeling that same thing too. They just don't want to be the one to step out and be like, I think this shit is stupid. And so like I said, y'all control y'all own peer pressures. My generation, the older people, we don't. We kind of tell y'all how y'all should live, but if y'all say when you young, you supposed to have a Maybach, a mansion, and $50 million, we can't stop y'all from putting that kind of pressure on yourselves. You get it? All we could do is say that's stupid. When you young, you need to just focus on getting your life together. If y'all say no, that's stupid, we think you should have a mansion, then you get my point? Y'all got to live that crazy madness. And so, y'all kind of got to get y'all morals and things a little bit better together because y'all got to live y'all own madness. They said they heard shots and then prayed. Mikey G said they couldn't even understand the difference between a group and a organization. Then you put Dr. Sebi. I don't understand that. Solid sober royalty. Hopefully, if you're young, you grasping what I'm saying. Maybe you wanna make sure you stay grounded and know who you are and what you think makes sense in your life. Because at the end of the day, if you get lost into the peer pressures y'all got for each other in society, you're gonna find yourself burnt out when you older. And those of y'all that take y'all time and take y'all sweet slow time, knowing I'm gonna be old. I'm gonna be old way longer than I'm gonna be young. By the time you get into your mid 30s, early 40s, you're gonna be a little more situated than the people you see now that's trying to rush and get a big quick come up right here and a quick come up right there. You're gonna see them burnt out when you get older. I'm telling you from somebody in life that's older. Most of the dudes I came up with in the streets, all they did was the streets, nothing else. And most of them burnt out. And a small few of us that was in the streets that took a time out to get little trades and, do other things outside of just being in the streets, and those that didn't even get involved are a little better off now, a little more stable. And so I'm just telling you from experience, you don't want to rush so much. Take your time. Mikey G said, when you debated with the Hebrew Israelites and you were explaining the difference between a group and an organization, the guy kept telling you you were wrong and they were the same thing, but you proved the group. Oh, I see what you're saying. They weren't Hebrews. That was the good brother Herman Smalls. That was the conscious community dudes. A lot of people see me on side of the TV and they think I'm a part of the conscious community. I was just an opposing thought on the conscious community, meaning I don't agree with nothing they say. So that's why they brought me on. I wasn't never on there agreeing with nobody. But you get it? I'm saying that because you said Hebrew Israelite. He not a Hebrew. The Hebrews are scared of me. They wouldn't debate me. I'm a master scholar at that, Christianity, Hebrew stuff. I don't think nobody would challenge me on that. I surprise myself sometime when but anything else, I give it a try. But I wouldn't advise nobody to try me on that. Christianity, Islam, ancient Egypt, it's not gonna work out for you. But I was explaining to him that the groups, all the black groups we have, like Hebrews, black Hebrews, the Pan-African or the conscious community, you got black Christians, black Muslims, all these groups is what keep us separate. Now that's what they was put in play for. He's trying to tell me that a group is unity. I'm trying to tell him a group is the beginnings of separation. All you have is the multitude of the people. Then when a small few of them decide to form a group, others do the same, and then these groups become separate from one another. We not separate as individuals, but the group make us separate. So it's like me and the conscious community. We both black. We both got the same interests, supposed to be, which is to, raise y'all up intellectually. But because they are Pan-African and I say I ain't, you niggas crazy. Do you get it? It's the group that keep them separate. Now, if you remove the group, then do you get my point? We just two black people. And they got whatever they believe in regards to their own life, and I got whatever I believe in. And whatever we deciding to build, it's just like when y'all go to work. Your co-workers don't believe in what you do, but y'all all come together and do y'all work. Like that. And so you get it? Y'all two attached to y'all groups. Y'all groups being the foundations of what keep us separate. If you remove the group, everybody unified. If you remove the Bloods and the Crips, then all the little niggas in the gangs in the gang neighborhoods, they could chill together now. And they would. But they know if they blood and they get caught chilling with a Crip, they shit through. Not chilling with that individual, but just because that individual is in the opposing group. They could chill with the square. They could chill with anybody they want, just not the person in the opposing group. And that is the group that's doing it. And when you come into the black race, we got more groups than any race you could think of, man. We some of everything you could think of and shit they ain't even make up yet. We just waiting in line to be whatever we could be. And so it go deep, you know. We our own problem because we fall into a lot of things that they set in place for us to fall into. Groups being the first things that, you get my point? They put in play for us to fall into. That's what religion is for. It's just different groups. The black person fall into Islam, the other one into Christianity. Now they got something to argue about. Something that ain't even got nothing to do with them. Like that. They say, no, it do. It's my religion, blood. Y'all was family before religion. Yeah, religion predate both of y'all, but y'all was family before that. It's like I tell people, whatever you a part of, is if it's bringing separation between you and your people, you tripping. Not them, you. So y'all gotta pay attention to all these groups y'all fall in because y'all don't be knowing where they come from. It's like I said, when you dealing with the Pan-Africans, that start with immigrants that look black. Meaning James Sylvester, I think that's his name, James Sylvester, or Sylvester James. What's this dude that Umar Johnson always screaming about? I forget his name, it's right on the tip of my tongue. W.E.B. Du Bois, not him, but I can't get the one that Umar always screaming out. It slipped my mind. But all them dudes that start in the beginnings of the Pan-African, you know, back in the 1910s. Yeah, Frederick Douglass, but I wasn't thinking about him either, actually. But all them people, they Trinidadian, Jamaican, or either from Haiti, meaning they not from America. They got nothing to do with the indigenous black people of America, but they look black. And if you look up all them dudes, man, they went to Europe. When they started the Pan-African movement, that started in Europe. They had that meeting in Europe back in 1910. W.E.B. Du Bois, James Sylvester, and all of them. And then they brought it back to America and passed it on to your black people. They didn't bring it back to Trinidad, Jamaica, and Haiti where they from. They brought it to us. Convincing us we from Africa, so we won't take claim of this place. And that was all strategized on purpose. You a Pan-African person in the daytimes, you gonna probably overlook that because you don't want to hear that. But like I said, if you look up these people that started your Pan-African movement, it started in Europe. That's where they had the first Pan-African meeting. And that meeting was to strategize how they gonna brainwash the black people of America into believing this African thing. And so here y'all are now, about 100 years later, and you get my point? We more scramble-minded than ever. When I was growing up, all black people said, man, they had Indian in their family. That mean all black people growing up believed that they had something to do with the native indigenous people here. Not no more. You niggas say, I'm from Africa. What part? I don't know. The new part. You know black people make up some shit right in front of your face like you slow. They gonna get mad at me when I tell them, man, everybody know your original Nubian queens was white. I used to piss the Pan-African niggas off saying shit like that, boy. I'll pull up and tell them, man, y'all know the first Nubian queens was the white woman. Mad? In which y'all know the white woman is God, right? It's just a childish kid conversation to me. I don't even see how y'all could get mad or not mad over it. That shit sound like 5-year-old talk to me. Black woman is God. The white woman is God. James Brown was sniffing cocaine. It sound like that kind of talk. But like I said, man, the Pan-African movement and all other groups to come after these things, they just put in place to keep black people separate. They ain't never gonna stop making opposing groups for y'all. When those groups died down, and they came up with political parties for y'all to argue about. After that, gangs, because the political parties became your gangs like Bloods and Crips. And so do you get my point? Now they got online. You niggas just argue about your little online groups now, like children. I'm native. I'm a Pan-African. And y'all be grown arguing about dumb shit like that. And that's how building don't ever happen. You say, let's build a house, but these two niggas keep arguing. Then here come the black Hebrew niggas. They want to argue too. Everybody want to argue with the other group about the other group should take their side. And that you niggas just sit around arguing all day, never building up as a race of people. And that's what the groups was intended for. Because the way y'all brains work, I guess y'all figure we gotta all agree on the same thing before we can start working together and building. Why? You niggas work at y'all jobs and y'all don't agree with nobody there? But that's how it works with groups. Once you in the group, meaning when y'all at work, y'all ain't nothing. Y'all just niggas at work. The blood nigga ain't claiming blood when he at work. And the Hebrew ain't claiming he a Hebrew at work. He is whatever his birth certificate said. And the same with the Pan-African. They ain't all lunked out at work. And at work kissing that white man ass. Talking about, yeah, Bob, I can stay a little later. And so do you get my point? If you ain't got to be nothing when you working to get your bread, you ain't got to be nothing when you working with your brother or sister so y'all could build up something. That part. And that's why I'm going to deck y'all in the stomach. That's why we punching all Hebrews, all Pan-Africans, whoever in the group, you getting punched in the stomach till you wake up. If you black, you be on that new movement. Whoever wanted to be down with a group, they get punched in the stomach. That's what you used to get when you was younger back in my day. Your mama will Ric Flair this shit out your chest. Somebody would cave your chest, and that's how you discipline little black kids, the boys mainly. Slap this shit up. And y'all all do for that. If you want to be a part of a gang or any grouping that's going to interfere with black people being one, then you got to get punched in your chest. That part. Peace and wisdom, Ronald. You like that, right? That's how you got to get things together. That's how the elders did it before. If the two knucklehead cousins was fighting or the two knucklehead siblings was fighting, then you get the elders will come down and be like, whatever y'all got going on, that shit through. That shit don't come before y'all being family. They could be fighting over a girl. The girl getting kicked out by the elders. You got to go, little girl. And it's going to get explained to them. Whatever y'all fighting over, y'all going to lose whatever y'all fighting over because that shit is out. You follow? If it's money that's causing y'all to fight, somebody going to come and take the money and that's that. Y'all get it back when y'all work this out. And so we got to get back on that time. Y'all kind of living in times where the elders is jealous of each other. They jealous of the young jealous of each other. Y'all got y'all little jealous things going on. You know, the goofiness. And so we got to get back on a real accord. Peace and wisdom, Lars, man. Said, I'm Christian, I share the gospel. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whomever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Christian worships the devil. And everything you talking about got to do with devil worship. Meaning your religion got to do with sacrifice. Y'all worship the death and sacrifice of God that make you an enemy of God, whether you realize that or not. When you speaking against the thing, you speaking against the thing. Good don't die for bad. You can't say God gonna die for the sins of man. That's a blasphemy. And that part, a Christian is that, a blasphemer. That's why the book say, forgive them, Father, because they don't know what they do. They just follow and repeat whatever they hear everybody in the world saying. It says, so the devil is saving millions. Y'all worship the devil. Keep the conversation mature and making sense. I don't know what stupid talk mean when you don't got nothing to follow up in regards to wisdom. I don't know what, so the devil is saving millions. What are you talking about? You not saved, fool. You gonna die like everybody else. I don't know anything you talking about. You don't either. You just brainwashed out and speaking whatever rebuttals that everybody in life heard a million times. He said, evidence for your claim, please. You see how a Christian gets so stupided out? They think the conversation is a joke or some dumb online talk. So he say stupid shit like evidence for your claim. Stupid nigga, you don't know that y'all believe that God gonna die for your sins. Why you talking like you stupid? I said exactly what your religion is, you just don't think of it in that way because you never thought of it. Now again, I said you believe that God gonna die for the sins of man. That is a blasphemy. What do you need evidence for that? That's what you believe. God gonna die for the sins of man. I'm telling you, good don't die for evil. God, which would be good, wouldn't die for sin. That's a blasphemy. If that's what you mean, then if that's what you believe in, then that means you believe in the blasphemy. Unless you don't got a brain to grasp. He said perfect sacrifice for sin. He don't understand that life ain't about sin. You worship the devil. That's why everything you say got to do with protecting sin. You said the perfect sacrifice for sin. That's like somebody saying a perfect sacrifice for evil or bad, because that's what sin is. So what are you saying? That part. Life ain't about evil or bad. It ain't about, oh, the perfect sacrifice for bad. What sense would that make if you thinking? That part, no sense. You just repeating whatever you heard. Champ, my channel ain't about saying stupid shit. If you want to have a intellectual conversation, cool. If you just a brainwashed fool that know how to regurgitate whatever you heard, you could do that anywhere. But like I said, I'm schooling you on reality. You believe in the devil. Whatever Christianity you into, or anybody into, it got to do with devil worship. That's why y'all hold evil and sin so high. That's why the God died, not the devil. That's why you say that God gonna die for the sinners. Who's the sinner in the book? The devil, right? That part. You lost. That's why the God all beat up and spit dripping off his face. It's a blasphemy. How God gonna be a man that got beat up with spit dripping off his goddamn face and you ain't got a brain to know that image is to blaspheme God? Who in their right mind would even think to draw God like that? You would? If I told you right now, draw the glory of life, you would draw some shit beat up on the cross? And then think people in life don't think that you trying to disrespect God? And this how lost the Christian is. Blind, deaf, and dumb. Like that, where it's clear as day in your face when somebody bring it to your attention. But if you so lost, you get my point? He said, you just blaspheme God. I didn't say nothing that y'all don't believe in. So when you say I blaspheme God, how? He said you took God's name in vain. You just blabbering anything. I'm going to let you go. I ain't got time for stupidity. But to anybody else that's a Christian, you believe in blasphemy. Everything that y'all religion say is a blasphemy. Even the imagery. Again, nobody in their right holy mind would draw God beat up with spit on his face. Why would you do that? That part, if you're trying to disrespect God. This is why y'all call God a lamb and all other kind of disrespectful things. That's a beast of the field. How man above the beast of the field, but the God is a lamb? What the? Y'all lost in the old sacrilege, in old Satan worship, or old practices of the Canaanites. That's why y'all got the same God still, El. It's the same God the Canaanites had, according to the book. And so, there you go. All the X's. When you hit Christians with their own scholarship, they start going in a robot brain, where they just start saying anything. You could be whatever you want. Outside of that, I don't want to have stupid retard talk. If you gonna think you can make some sense, cool. A Christian will talk over the point. It's beautiful you want to be a Christian. Now, at the end of the day, you believe in sacrilege. I'm not sure why you would even think knowing God and anything that got to do with God got to do with a nigga getting his ass whooped and strung up on the cross. You got to be thrown the fuck off in your own head if you truly mature enough to consider it. When the fuck did worshiping God or believing in God got to do with a nigga getting beat the fuck up and chained up to a cross? Why would that even be important in life? That part. That shit is made up. It's plagiarism of deep science concerning the self. Meaning y'all belief in Jesus getting strung up on a cross got to do with the science of the self and how your spirit is strung up in between your ventricular system. But most y'all don't have a clue what a ventricular system is. In that, you get it? You say, whatever, I know what a wooden cross is. It wasn't even talking about that. And so y'all are the lambs inside y'all bodies. If you understand how the substance of self, or the central brain area of self, is strung up inside of the ventricular system, and you got your left, right ventricles, you got your third ventricle, your fourth ventricle, and it goes all the way down the spine, you'll understand how the spirit is bound inside of that spine. The spine going all the way up to the central brain where the ventricular, where the left and right ventricle horns are. Ooh, I don't know what that was, but it bit me good. Trying to pick it up. But anyway, you got your left and right ventricular system. It goes right into your spine. Of course, you could say the spinal cord is the substance or the spirit bound inside the spinal, the spinal cord bones, what is these called? The vertebrae. And so Christ being sacrificed on the cross got to do with your spirit in the body. And how at conception, you get my point? That's why when it's explaining Christ is being described as a yoky substance or spirit. Say, come into my yoke. It's speaking about everybody in their beginnings before they was bound to the vessel. The vessel is how you see in this world and be in this world. Y'all wouldn't be in the physical life if sperm cell didn't get egg cell. Egg cell is the precursor to the body. So if you never got a body, you wouldn't be in the physical life looking at nothing right now. And so it's speaking of that. Your spirit, which comes from a greater spirit, is bound to this world, which is your body, which is the key to this world. Your body having to do with Satan, or the bloody menses, bloody hell. The body in the physical world got to do with hell and the devil. And the spirit is coming from orgasm, or your realms of pleasure. meaning everybody was orgasmed out. So in perspective, they come from orgasm. Orgasm feel good. Imagine orgasm as a realm in place. That would be heaven. All souls is coming from heaven, or orgasm. In the Far East, they call it nirvana, the land of pleasures. You get my point? And so Christians don't understand. They lost into Christians is being sacrificed to the devil. That's all I could say, and that's the whole point of their religion. And if you want to learn things the accurate way, you can always get a one-on-one from me. Outside of that, this thing goes deep, deep, deep. I'm just trying to get y'all to grasp however you cut it. Y'all got it wrong. Outside of that, I ain't going in no order right now. So, if you're not well-versed on scholarship, you probably lost, but there you go. The sperm is the spirit. No, Christ coming up the spine from the balls. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all are the Christ bound in the vessel. That's that. Y'all spirit is the Christ bound in the vessel. Y'all spirit come from a greater spirit. That spirit having been sacrificed to nothing. The same way your daddy ejaculates you out and you just substance coming out his dick from a greater substance within himself. Like that. All the spirits are the Christ is bound to the vessel. They come from the Christ. But this greater spirit or Christ ain't never get bound to shit. Just his counterparts, which would be us all. And so you get my point? Christ consciousness got to do with what I said when you understand that the spirit or the substance of self is bound in the spinal chambers. The spinal chamber go all the way up to the central brain. You got your left and right ventricular system bounding the spirit from the central brain down. Y'all don't grasp nothing when it's explained to y'all. Y'all too brainwashed out on believing in some weird ass dude that got beat the fuck up, because that's what y'all heard. And he God. God don't take L's. That's dumb. Who's beating God the fuck up? XXX said, oh, I get it now. Yeah, go deeper than that, but the religion just plagiarized the deep understanding, which have to do with yourself, your internal self. And they just made whatever they made out of it to brainwash y'all the fuck out so y'all can be sacrificed to below. The same way sperm cells is just dead in the testicles below, look at our world as a body. It's just all for that. For as many of y'all can get sacrificed to below and be dead ass souls in below like sperm cells is. And then when the spirit of God, which is seminal fluid, orgasm, when that emerges, it raises all the sperm cells up from their dead state out the testicles, and it takes them to a new heaven and earth, or a new body, which is an egg cell in its beginnings. Meaning a body in its beginning stages is an egg cell. That would be a new body or a new heaven and earth. Like that. Now just think on a larger level. We live in the body, which is the world. So those of y'all getting lost, y'all be the souls below, waiting on the spirit of God to raise y'all from y'all dead state. In that, you get it, y'all sacrifice that thing to the egg cell, because that's what the souls below agree upon. This was told in the Atrahasis. This is your ancient Akkadian or Sumerian, you know, your ancient Mesopotamian text. They speak about the lords of below sacrificing Allah Wallah or Gesh-Chu-E. They sacrificed him to the clay. They talking like the menses or the egg cell, the primordial body. You pull at your cheek or any part of your flesh is clay-like. They speaking of that in its beginnings, how they sacrificed the spirit to the body. Again, we all are Christ in the body. Your daddy ejaculated you out. You was just substance. He had sperm cells in his balls below, dead. When he ejaculated you out as substance, you raised up all them dead souls out his balls up. And the substance is brought to the bloody womb or bloody hell. And all those sperm cells, they sacrifice the substance and one of their own to that egg cell. In that, nothing dies, everything is born out in that bag of flesh. You get it? And so this go deep, but all that gonna come to an end, you know? When where all the Christs come from, when that deity come and you get it, scoop up all his own. So this shit go deep, but it's all on how serious you is. Then you just get yourself a one-on-one, because it's deeper than that. But I'm just giving y'all a quick rundown. I'm not saying that to drag you along. I don't teach in that way, where you just be stuck on stupid year after year. If you get a one-on-one, you should have a clear understanding. After about 3 or 4 one-on-ones, a one-on-one with me got to do with, nigga, pick up that book and read along with me, and I'm going to explain it to you. That's how a one-on-one breaking down the Bible go with me. It don't go with me just telling you whatever I want. Pick up the book. You got the book just like I got it. Pick it up. We going to start here. In the beginning, the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. That's talking about a sperm cell in the womb. Let there be light is when it goes into the egg cell, and then you get it. From there, day is separated from night. That's the egg. That's the sperm cell and the egg cell. They both, the egg cell like night, and you get it. The sperm cell like day. They come together as one. That's conception. Then all is separated. You get it. Then you get your zygote. That's your single cell organism, or you could say that's Adam. That zygote split into 2. Eve was taken from Adam, you get it? Or Adam was split into 2. Now you got Adam and Eve. Or you got the zygote becoming 2. Then that zygote go from 2 to 4. Adam and Eve go from just them 2 to Cain and Abel. That's 4. Like that. It's explaining shit beyond what y'all can grasp, I think. But the New Testament got to do with the body being born out. Like I said, if the beginnings is speaking about the sperm cell getting the egg, then when you get to the New Testament, well, they talking about the coming of the Christ. This is the birth of the flesh. And how it's the Antichrist, because it's covered in the flesh. And this shit done lost its goddamn self in the world. You get it? And so it go deep. This go back to ancient Jewish scholarship. So y'all will have to get the proper understanding of YHWH, which is pronounced you. Not Yahweh, none of that. That's all misunderstandings. There is no Yahwehs. There's just YHWH, pronounced you. And that's what the Jesus character is the Antichrist of. YHWH. YHWH is not a man. It's the spirit of life. Jesus Christ is the spirit of life, but somehow this nigga's a man now. Like that, a blasphemy. And so Jesus Christ has made his way into Islam and every other thing you could think of. Y'all ain't see this character walk nowhere in the flesh and blood here, but that motherfucker's known by everybody in the world. Everybody in the world know this man named Jesus, even though nobody know this motherfucker. That's what they meant by the Antichrist. The Antichrist will control the whole damn world like this Jesus character y'all got. Even though God ain't no goddamn man that walked the earth. The Antichrist is. And so that's what they were speaking about when they said the coming of the Antichrist. And the New Testament is explaining that to you. They call Jesus the Emmanuel. If you understand spirit summoning practices and all the ranks of the daemon, Emmanuel, this is basically like the sun or the physical manifestation of Amen. Emmanuel, the physical manifestation of Amen. Amen is basically the Lord of below in ancient Egypt. This is why y'all say in Jesus Christ's name we pray Amen or Amen. Y'all worship Amen or below. But that's what y'all getting sacrificed to. Now, when I explain this to Christians and y'all get pissed off, this is why I drag y'all. Because I'm helping to save y'all dumbass souls. If you don't want it, you don't want it. But when you like doing dumb shit to discourage other people from grasping, you get my point? It's like, get real. I know you not stupid. You a Christian or not. I know you grasp what I just said make hella sense. You ain't got all the Jews, but the little bit you just got, I'm sure you got a brain and say, hold on, he making sense. And so if you don't want it, let whoever else want it get it. Because at the end of the day, you get my point? The only thing every Christian can agree on is that y'all are blind followers, meaning y'all don't read through that damn book and try to get no real understanding. Y'all just blindly say whatever y'all think y'all supposed to. And that's where y'all go wrong, but it all got to do with truth. Y'all are not truthful with yourselves. You're not truthful with yourself and say, yeah, I haven't read through that book. And so that's why you get lost into lie. It all starts with self and how truthful you are with yourself. That's going to determine if lie gets you or not. Once you start fronting with yourself, you get my point? Once the Christians start fronting with they self like they know they religion and they read through that book, that's when they go wrong. It ain't got nothing to do with what they tell the next person. It ain't got nothing to do with them trying to convince me they know what they talking about. Once they lie to they self and pretend like they know what they talking about, is when they lost their own self. And so a lot of y'all need to really come into the truth. It start with being real with self. From there, you'll grasp every word I'm saying when you real with self. And you will grasp, yeah, that religion is some old sacrilege shit, and it got to do with me blaspheming God, not knowing it. But the word is powerful. It don't matter if you don't know what you're saying. If you say it, you got to stand on it. If you go in court and you admit that you killed somebody and then you say, I ain't know what I was saying, you going. You get it? It don't matter you didn't know what you was saying. Why'd you say it? I don't know. I just said it because everybody said to say it. That ain't going to work for you. They going to look at you like you crazy. What you mean? And so this is a Christian. They just say whatever. But if God asked them, why'd you say those ugly things about me? Why'd you say I'm going to die for your sins? Why you can't just stop sinning for my life's sake? According to a Christian, God going to die for their sins. Why they can't just stop sinning for God's sake? If they love God so much. That part. They love their self so much that he going to die for their ass according to their selfish ass brain. And that's what give them all the right to go below. If you a Christian and you say, man, I don't see how I could go to below and get tricked. You ain't getting tricked. You being tested on your morals. If you think it's cool for God to die for you, it should be cool for you to die for anything. If you a sinner and God could die for your sins, you good enough to die for anything. What you gonna say? No? God greater than you. If it's good for God, how it ain't good for you? And so that's how y'all gonna all be sacrificed to the Satan. Like that. You look at the Satan and you say, why do I gotta get sacrificed for you? Because you thought it was good for God to get sacrificed for you. So what's the problem with you being sacrificed for me? The only sinner is the Satan. And y'all just tricked into believing y'all sinners. If I ask you what you did, you ain't did nothing. You were saying you was a sinner that was going to get saved by the Christ before you barely could walk. You ain't did nothing. Like that. How you ain't do nothing yet and you a sinner already. We manipulated into believing that. But like I said, you can always stop sinning. Then this God that's going to die for sin ain't even got to die. Everybody get to live. That part of Christian don't agree to that because they selfish. They actually think a God going to die for their sins. And it's because of their selfishness they going, you get it? Meet their demise. You can't cheat this shit. Everything boil down to morals, honor. Life ain't a sacrificing party, but you got those that's willing to sacrifice others. And y'all religion is a test against that to see who is willing to sacrifice for their own self's sake. That way they be good enough to be sacrificed they damn self. And so y'all better come up out of them religions, man. Get into learning nature. That's where all truth come from your diet to anything you could think of. And nature don't speak, it just show you the same thing every day. Till you get it in your head, if you ever do. And so hopefully a lot of y'all grasp that. Yeah, Christians is cannibalisms. They believe in the hunger, meaning that beast in their belly that make them eat. That's why they God is a lamb. They got to do with eating and cannibalism. That instrument that Jesus Christ was supposedly put on according to a Christian, that's the same instrument that's used in today's time when you cooking animals over the fire. That's meat. That's when you out in the wild and you ain't got no stores, you got 100 animals. So after you cut it and clean it, then you stick it up on a stake or a crucifix and you set it over the fire. That way you could turn it. And so they got an image of God put up on a stick like a dead animal. Talking about this the Lord and Savior. And that all come from hunger. When man first started killing animals. Because he was about to die his damn self from hunger. He killed the animal, ate the animal saved his life. It was the Savior. And eating meat and animals became religion. That's why if you read ancient texts, the Hebrews was trying to build a damn bull. They made a golden calf in the goddamn desert. And that's because that's in the times when they first started eating meat and they was worshiping it. And this is why in the daytime, if you see the way a person die and they get cut up at the morgue and their organs get taken out, it's the same way the way an animal get killed before it get cooked. Meaning, ask yourself, why do y'all get cut and y'all heart and organs and all that get taken out when y'all die in the same way it's done with an animal when he about to get cooked over the fire? Why they gotta do you like that? Because man used to get his ass ate and he still do. That's why. That supermarket meat, man meat. That's why if you ever been to a funeral and you ever wondered, like, why do my dead loved one look like a goddamn clay mold? Because that's what you looking at. You think they gonna let good flesh go to waste? Are you crazy? That's a leather bag, leather pants, and the meat beneath the skin is meat. And you live in that place. You live in Babylon. That's why they refuse to let y'all bury y'all own dead. Y'all gotta call the coroner so they can come get their property. Don't get me started. You can get spicy with it. Don't get me started, honey child. I will turn up in here. And so hopefully if you're young or old, you're grasping my intentions as well. Y'all be liking to spread lies and shit. My intentions is they good. Come here, get deep wisdom that you wouldn't get otherwise. And if you don't mind, please give back. You got a lot of Christians and Arabs and all kind of people in high places that want to keep y'all where y'all at. And they going to do whatever they could do to, like, you get it? Interfere with my finances or interfere with anything they can. And so I depend on y'all to make sure I'm alright. That's why when Big Bully said I'd shift anybody jaw you need me to, I'ma hold you to that. Because you get it? I put a lot on the line for y'all. You can't possibly think I'm preaching or teaching this that I am. And it ain't a bunch of people in life that don't want y'all to know this. I don't care if y'all know what they say y'all should know. Y'all can know it. This shit ain't the truth, so I wouldn't care. Once you hear the truth, you gonna know the difference. But you get my point? It ain't like that on the flip side. So that's my only request. Make sure you give back ever so often. Now, y'all worship the hunger. That's the beast in the belly. That thing that growl. And that's what it's speaking about in Revelation when it speaks about the beast and how the beast rides out the sea. It's speaking about in the bloody womb while the baby is being shaped and formed, and then it's born out. And that beast has the word with it, meaning it could speak all kind of blasphemies. You know, people don't know what the hell they be talking about. And they call it the beast because as soon as the baby born, it got a hunger. Soon as the baby born out, before it's even barely given its name, it need to have a feeding. And so that's what it's talking about. Not the baby, but the hunger in the baby's belly. The beast. And every time we eat, we feed that beast because everything we eat is either vegetable life, fruit life, or animal life. You know, meat, fish. Whatever we consume is life. Yeah, vegetables and vegetation, trees, that's living, breathing life. The same way a baby gotta be fed and given sustenance till it can like sustain itself and produce its own babies. Vegetation no different. The vegetation or the little plant got to be watered till it grow into a tree and can sustain its own self. You ain't got to water the tree. The tree is self-sufficient. As long as rain is being produced, the tree gonna get what it need. And even if rain ain't being produced, the tree gonna last quite a while without some water. It's like an adult. It can sustain itself. It can produce its own fruit, meaning little ones that can grow into trees of the same kind. The apple tree produce apples. Within those apples is apple seeds. Not apple fruit seeds, but apple tree seeds. That seed gonna blossom in the tree first. Then at some point, the fruit gonna start to blossom from it. But it's gonna develop into a tree first. And that seed is tree. I'm saying that so you can grasp that's life. When you eat that, you eating the flesh of the fruit. That's the skin. When you get to the nectar part, you get it, that's the meat, the flesh. And of course the juice is like the blood of the fruit. And so everything we eat is living life. Living, breathing life. And so every time you eat, a life is being taken. And you do that because of that growl in your belly, meaning y'all feel a discomfort in y'all stomach and y'all can hear it growling like rawr. And that's when y'all say, I gotta eat. Because if I don't, I'm gonna start to feel like my belly eating me. I might die. And so y'all trade another life for y'all own by eating. Then y'all overly eat. That was called the beast to the ancients. They understood what that was. And this is where sacrificing animals and all of that, you get it? They were worshiping the beast, meaning the hunger in their belly. The hunger in their belly is an extension of the unconscious darkness with them. Meaning you have the unconsciousness with you. This is a beast. It swallows your consciousness every night. It spits it back up because you're going to serve it by eating. But you get my point? The unconscious darkness is like a beast, the way it swallows your consciousness or your light. That hunger pain in your belly is an extension of that entity, and it causes you to basically devour light or life for it. And then you have desires. This is an extension of that beast as well, because if you want a leather belt or a leather shoe Animal is killed, or some living thing. Even if you want clothes, this is made with plants. And so do you see how the beast controls man or the world? And everybody just serving the beast, which got to do with their belly, you know, the belly of the beast. Y'all don't get hungry, y'all belly get hungry. Y'all don't necessarily growl when y'all get hungry. Y'all belly growl on its own and y'all try to hide it. Because you don't want niggas to look at you like you starving up. You get it? When you at work and your belly growling, that ain't you. You be trying to stop it. Like, I hope nobody hear that shit. I'm saying that so you could grasp that ain't you. Otherwise, why don't you just stop it? That part, you got a beast within you. That's why I always tell y'all, God and the Satan is in y'all. And you gonna serve whichever one you understand to. Most people understand the worship, you get it? The good old beast. And so can I get some thumbs up, please? Some give backs if y'all don't mind. Like I said, the belly. Religion is based on that. If you understand the unconsciousness, y'all get swallowed into that darkness every night. In the past, they understood that was God, or God over the physical. Of course, the unconsciousness is the source or the beginnings before you get to consciousness or physical life. So, that black dark space was the beginnings or the source of physical. And that darkness is the God over it. And everybody every night succumb to that entity. Now you could say that entity is the Satan. And everybody have to overcome that darkness with their light. Their light is their consciousness. When you're consciously awake, you are lit. When you're in dream being a part of unconsciousness, you somehow find a way to become lit or awake. Meaning when y'all go into unconscious darkness, sometimes y'all can become awake or lit. Y'all call that dream. In that you got two lits or awakes. That's the physical awake and the dream awake. And then you got that third one, which is just blacked out darkness. Y'all have to conquer that with y'all awakeness or y'all awareness or y'all light. Y'all serve it. But y'all do that because of lack of understanding. But you get my point? Y'all serve it. Damn, the sun is bloodshot red. You see that? That's the moon. I'm sorry, not the sun, the moon. It is bloodshot red. And it looked like the top of a sailboat. That is quite amazing. But in any event, hopefully y'all enjoying this night at the beach. I'm doing this so y'all, like, some of y'all that don't get to go, you know, to the beach or do anything, you can kind of like feel like you here. I'm not sure how close. Sometimes mermaids, you know, they come out at this time. It's a deep thing. We got some people over there. They chilling out. There's people all around this place. I think some people be sleeping out here. There's somebody on those rocks in a tent. And then there's the people on the boardwalk. People don't go to sleep in New York, so it's always like daytime out here. Yeah, we got a blood moon out here. That thing disappearing right before my eyes. Oh, it's turning upside down or something. Hey, dirt roads and trees is beautiful as well, but take this little view and the best that you can get it. It's not that dark where I can't see, but it look dark. Like I said, the waters is like an extension of that abyss. It's nothing in life scarier than the ocean. Like being out in the sea in the middle of the night. It's a little bit lit because you get it. You have the city lights behind. So, but imagine if you wasn't in the city and you was just deep out in the ocean right now on a boat or anything. Meaning, if any of you guys feel like, nah, the ocean ain't the scariest thing in life, you would never sail out into the sea at pitch black night. You only think you would till you get about 12 feet out. Then you be like, oh, hell no. There's no way I'm going to make it through the night. There is no way I'm going to make it through the night. When they be on them big ships out at sea in the middle of the night, man, they be scared shitless. They just go to sleep. You can't see anything. You could just feel like humidity. You just feel humidity and clamminess touching you, like. And so most people, you know, they have a panic attack being out in the middle of the sea, in the middle of the night, with no land around. It's nothing more scarier than that. It's like being in the abyss or the unconsciousness while conscious. You're gonna start to feel cobwebs on you. Things are looking at you. It's like I said, the darkness ain't empty. It's just dark. You probably right, Wiser Foundation. But when you're dealing with the proper understandings of things, you have the unconscious and you have the consciousness. That is darkness and light, are the source of darkness and light. Of course, consciousness is awake. That's true light. The light y'all see is just lights. Physical representations of consciousness are one being awake on. That's light and life. Unconsciousness is darkness and death. These two things are personified in religion as the Satan and God. And you get my point? From that dark unconsciousness manifest your menses waters or your primordial abyss. And your egg cell or your portal into the physical world lies there. That's why the devil is the god over the physical, because it all starts there. Then you have consciousness, which is light, and seminal fluid comes from there. When a man is orgasming, he's conscious. You get it? It's coming from there. That substance is manifested from that kind of, that's like the God thing. And then that's what's sacrificed to the menses. And that you get the beast. The beast in the body with the spirit of God. And the beast is like, you know, the belly, it needs to eat. And the spirit of God, which is, you know, yourself inside your body, you don't need to eat. You just get hungry because the belly, it start growling and bothering you. So you like, I gotta eat. So this thing goes deep. Hopefully y'all grasping somewhat, as I'm about to depart. Been out here way longer than I anticipated. And so, like I said, hopefully y'all grasp. If you a Christian, whatever you are, my intent is just to help y'all in y'all understanding. I know pastors or pastors, they just exploit y'all. Meaning they exploit the religion. They don't care about none of it. They just exploit the religion and whatever the people in it. You get it? And you got that in every genre of things. Meaning you got people right now, they don't care about the Pan-African community. They just know that's a market for them to exploit and make money. So they pretend like they a Pan-African teacher or whatever, and you get it? Y'all so gullible and desperate to just play y'all group games. Y'all don't care who really teaching y'all. And it's the same with every other group. You got a bunch of people exploiting these groups because they know it's a market of people already in them, desperate to be gullible. And so, when you come here, all I ask you to do is give back. You ain't got to be desperate and gullible. I'm going to explain everything to you. Just have a little balance and honor with yourself. So that's why I do it. Meaning most people, I don't care who you are, you got a family member that's a Christian. You got an old ass grandmother or something that's a Christian. Whoever closer to their death need to hear it more than anybody. Because you don't want to die in this state. That's what the religion hope for. That you die in belief. But belief ain't got nothing to do with truth. Belief got to do with when a nigga scamming your ass and he say, just believe me, I'll be back. No, you won't. Why I got to believe the truth? The truth should always be. Why I got to wait till you show me? And so belief and faith, these things got to do with lie. Which is what the religion got to do with. Because why you got to have faith on what already is? Why you got to believe what you know already is? You only got to believe in things when you don't know if they are. And you want to take somebody's word because they say believe them. And that's what the religion is about. Catch you on a blind belief. But if God or God is how they say, then that mean God ever present, what you got to believe for. And so you see how I explain God to you when you say, oh, I kind of understand that. Yeah. What you got to... What I gotta ask you to believe in what I said for. Motherfucker, your ears work or they don't. That part. You say, damn, why he gotta curse? Cause lie come like sweet talk. The truth don't. The nigga that you watch and tell comedy curse. So what does it matter if I curse? You hear cursing. Is it truth, though? If it's truth, then it wouldn't matter if it got dirt or anything on it. Diamonds come in the dirt, but nobody cares. They'll clean that off. What's my point? Shit, whatever I say you don't like, just clean it off. Yeah, I don't like he cursed. Don't worry about the curse part. Just clean that shit off. Well, why you can't just talk nice, Solace? Because everybody ain't nice, blood, and you ain't about to come out and shoot niggas for me if they like to... You know how man is with delicate motherfuckers, they want to test them. So I say, nah, just give it to them rough. Told you I'm the tough nerd, so... We fighting back, blood, fuck you. I don't care if I'm a nerd and I know everything, nigga. It's just like when I was in school. I don't care if I'm smart, blood. I'm not doing your fucking homework, man. We can go in the bathroom and fight about this shit. If you think I'm doing your goddamn homework every day, nigga, just because my shit always right, you got a whole nother thing coming. And so I still move that way. I don't care if I'm smart. You're not about to bully me because you like, this nigga is smart. Let me blackmail him to do whatever I say. Nah, blood, I don't play them games. Damn, why is my shoes wet? The fuck? Why is I'm at the beach with designers on? That's OD, right? The fuck am I doing at the beach with designers on anyways? Sitting on the cheap ass $5 towel. You know them towels that leave you with all the lint on you? Why is I'm out here with designers on and cheap towels, blood? The fuck wrong with me? Huh? What's I'm out here tripping, blood? Oh, y'all laughing at me? Okay, that's fine. I don't know how to have a good time, man. That's y'all problem, though. Not Big U's. Now, thank you to everybody who gave back. I appreciate that. I'm about to depart. I'm gonna sit out here for a little while longer. Try to get me a little quick meditation session in. The video I did yesterday give you deep insight on meditations, quick beginnings of it. So you can look through that video if you want. I should have put up the part, but any of y'all that want to learn how to meditate the real way, if you ever wondered, like, how do I stop the chatter of the mind? I stopped the chatter of the mind of everybody that was watching my video yesterday. I did it for them because I'm really wise. I told them, don't worry about that. Just do whatever I say. And so they did. And they chatter, their mind stopped instantly. It only took 5. I don't know if you was in the video yesterday, how long did it take you to realize the chatter of your mind stopped? I told them before I did it, though, that I was about to do it. So don't worry about it. Just do what I say. And then they did whatever I said, and most of them said that the chatter of their mind stopped, or they forgot, to pay attention to it. I gave them something else to pay attention to, something far more deep. And so hopefully y'all grasp, man. Try to get out of these religions. They exploitation parties, man. You was born alone, you gonna die alone, but you not alone. You're only alone when you let yourself get lost. And you only get lost when you start taking in lie. You ain't got to take in nothing if it ain't dead smack true. But nigga tell you, believe me till later. You could tell him, we could just deal with this later. Believe God and Jesus gonna come back and save you. Blood, if what you say is truth, we'll find out when we get there. Outside of that, I don't need to think on it before then. Otherwise, just show me whatever you talking about first. They say no, but they don't go like that. That's a goddamn scam. That part. And so Jesus is not gonna save y'all in that manner, meaning because y'all are lost in y'all selfishness and y'all don't understand death, y'all so desperate for the God to die for y'all so y'all can have life in death, y'all don't realize every night y'all visit that unconsciousness, and the Spirit of God is what raised y'all up out of it. Because y'all don't bring yourselves out of unconsciousness. Y'all hear the birds? They telling me to get the fuck on out of here, but I ain't. In any event, you get my point? This character that y'all call Jesus, the YHWH, That raise you up out of your slumber every morning. Meaning every morning you get saved by the Christ. This is not a one-time thing. Blood everlasting. To save you as many times as you need, but hopefully you grasp at some point. We all extensions of this Christ. We could raise our own self, but and so it all got to do with that. Being raised by the Christ and understanding that the accurate way. So when the time to come, you can raise your own self. That same way it's up to you at some point to stand on your own two legs. The Lord gonna carry you as a baby through your parents and whoever else decide to pick you up. But at some point you got to carry your own self, carry your own weight. And that's the glory of life. You being able to do it yourself. Whatever somebody do for you, at some point it's about you evolving into where you can do it yourself. God gonna save you, but at some point you have to evolve where you can save your own self. Otherwise, this God must just be a tyrant and a bully over you. But God, like your parents, they don't want to baby you forever. They want you to do better than they are. They don't want you to just be under them forever and be a nothing. They want you to do whatever they do for you for yourself and get to a place where you could do more than they could do for you. Because that's what loving parents hope for. You get my point? And so you got to view God in that same way and view your parents as an extension of this God. Meaning they wipe your ass and do all that shit for free. You get my point? Their love is free. You don't got to do nothing for it. You don't got to be good so your parents could save you in the morning. They going to save your goofy ass every time you fuck up until they can't no more. But overall, at some point, you got to do right and stand on your own 2 feet, and that's what they hope for you. And everything they do for you is to kind of groom you into that. You got to look at God in that way if you understand the Christ. Like I said, you get raised up every day. Not on your own accord, though. And so at some point, meaning when you dead and you gone and you just stuck in your unconsciousness, you have to know how to raise yourself. Most people are not even in the beginnings of those kind of teachings. And so I teach things like that. But you get my point? Y'all far from that. Y'all still struggling with the understanding. If y'all religions is lie or if I'm lying to you. So you get my point? But there's a lot of things y'all can be doing on mental levels. Prepping yourself for, you know, what we would call death. But what we call death is just the beginnings of, you know, a long road that ends in complete darkness. And you get it? You have to raise yourself from that darkness. But you've been given many examples every day of how to. Man, just don't pay attention to the day. You pay attention to whatever men inside of it say. So it's a deep thing. Hopefully y'all grasp. Peace, love, and wisdom. Salam.